everyone, Brianne here from Hooked on Homemade Happiness. Welcome back to my channel. Today in this tutorial I am going to show you how to do a crochet method called join as you go, and this method involves when you are sewing squares together for a project, whether it's a blanket or a sweater or a bag or a hat, whatever you are sewing these squares together for. This method lets you join the squares as you are working along. So it does kind of make the sewing go a lot easier. There's no sewing at all in this. It kind of reduces the amount of ends you'll have to weave in. It just makes for an easier joining process for your squares. So you do need to start here. I have one finished square, so you do need one completed square for this method. I am just using cotton worsted weight yarn and an H 5mm crochet hook, but of course you use whatever yarn and hook you're using for your project. So here I have one finished granny square, and this just quick note, this will work for any square, really. It doesn't have to necessarily be a granny square, just any square where you start in the center and work in rounds outward. So you do need one finished square. And then I have this square, which I've done 3 rounds, and I'm still needing to do the final round. So I will do the join as you go method in the final round of my next square. So here I have my granny square that I am working on, and I'm going to be starting the final round of my square. For this square I'm just doing 4 rounds for these squares, so of course you can do this, make them any size you would like, and then use this method. So I'm going to go ahead and get over to my corner. I like to start my granny squares in the corner. I do have a video for how to crochet a granny square, and I can link that below. So I'm going to start my round here in my corner, and I'm going to do the first half of my corner. So I'm going to do my chain 3, and you do the first half of your corner for whatever square you're working on. This is just a regular granny square. So there I have the first half of my corner, my first 3 double crochet, and now I'm going to do my chain 3 corner space. So I'm going to take my finished square, I'm going to have it face up right next to me as I am working on this current square. And normally in a granny square you have a chain 3 in the corner. So I'm just going to chain 1. I'm going to take my finished square here, I'm going to work in the corner here, matching it up. So this is how they're going to be matched up here. So in the matching corner, I'm going to insert my hook, and I'm going to slip stitch them together. There's my second chain for my corner. So I did my chain 1, my slip stitch counts as the second chain, and then I'm going to do my chain 3. So you could see they're already connected. Now I'm going to finish my corner in this chain 3 space. I'm just going to leave this here connected by the slip stitch. I'm going to work my remaining 3 double crochet for my corner. Alright, so now I'm going to be working here in this space between my 3 double crochet, but first on this finished square here I'm going to slip stitch in this first space. So I'm going to insert my hook into that first space between the 3 double crochets and slip stitch. Now I will work my next 3 double crochet here. So I'll yarn over and insert my hook into the next space and work those 3 double crochet. So here you can see where they're joined here and in between the 3 double crochet here. Now I had slip stitched in this space, I'm going to now slip stitch in the next space. So I'm going to insert my hook into the blue granny square to that next space, grab my yarn and slip stitch. Now I'm going to work my next 3 double crochet cluster or group here in my next space in between. So I'm going to do the next 3 double crochet here. And now I have one more space here. I'll insert my hook into that blue one and slip stitch. And then now I'm going to start now I'm at a corner space, either chain 3. So I'm going to start the first half of my corner space. So yarn over and work the first 3 double crochet of the corner. Oops. And now I'm going to do that corner chain 3, and I'll do it the same way I did here, where I will go ahead and do chain 1, and my chain 2 I will slip stitch to the corner of the blue square, and then one more chain 1 for my chain 3 corner space. So there we have joined as we started to crochet the last round of this next square. Now I can continue on crocheting my square all the way around as normal. So here I have finished that second square, and I joined the first stitch with a slip stitch, and now I just can continue adding squares. For my next square I will then join it here or wherever you need to for the project that you're making. But yeah, that's it. Now that you start with a finished square, and you can join as you go in the last round of the next square. So I hope this technique is useful for you and you find different projects you can use it in. I used it in a project to make a hat. I can link that below, and some different granny square projects. So thanks so much for joining me today, and I will see you next time.